of hurt, like getting up high, made of dirt. The upside of hurts, the upside of hurts, better than a cool breeze up your skirts. The upside of hurt, the upside of hurt. Let's go read some poetry and with my yurt. The upside of hurt, the upside of hurts. The upside of hurts, the upside of hurts. Maybe next week I won't wear a shirt. The upside of hurts, the upside of hurts. Welcome to the upside of hurts, where anything goes, 'cause we don't give a fuck. Well, here we are again. The upside of hurt. It is another Tuesday, and we have made it another week. You guys are stuck with just me today. Cal is off, so yeah, just me and you guys. We're gonna hang out and listen to some music and some poetry, and who knows? We'll play it as it goes. So I'm gonna get on the good old band lab here, and we are going to check some shit out, because that's what we do. All right. I hope everyone had a good holiday, Christmas, New Year's, Kwanzaa, whatever holidays you celebrate. I hope they were good and filled with laughter and joy and all of that good stuff. Mine were good. Went to my family's house. I haven't been to my parents' house in like 8 years, so that was cool. They live in a little podunk town though, so I try not to go there too often. Oh, where did it go? Here we go. Anyways, we are gonna find one of my poems here that I did on Band Lab for you guys, since I really wish there was more poetry on here, and it was more accessible, so there would be more of a variety of stuff to play, but it seems hard to find even the poetry groups like on this page on Band Lab don't have much content on them, so sadly the community is not that big. So if you have any spoken word type music, poems, just whatever, I'd love to hear it. You can always DM me on BandLab. It's Hurtenum, HURTENUM is my username. And I'd love to hear whatever you got, and we'll get it going on here. And this is gonna stop. It's not loading. All right, we'll pick something up here then. Let's see. This is, where is it? Where did it go? All right, this is a poem that I wrote for one of my friends who sadly passed away from an overdose probably about 2 years ago now. And I I was writing a bunch of poems at the time. I was working on 100 different forms of poetry and writing a poem for each one of them. And I had asked people for prompts to, write for each form. And my friend commented on the post that I made, cellar door, and I didn't know what he meant. So I asked him, and it's a line from Donnie Darko that's referring to a speech that J.R.R. Tolkien gave called English and Welsh. And in the speech, he says that the most beautiful combination of words in the English language is cellar door. Why he says that, I have no fucking idea, but that is his claim. So he ended up passing away later that day, and then I wrote this for him, and it was just the words at first, and then Iceman shared a track that had some guitar on it, and I added some other instruments, some drums and some strings and stuff like that, and it turned out to be the perfect track for these words. So I finally found a home, and so this is called Unfinished. Hopefully you enjoy. Once said that of all the phrases in the English language, of all the endless combinations of words in all history, cellar door is the most beautiful. How many breaths did you have left between typing your comment and the final one? Did you use any of them to discuss this concept? Did you wonder why, like I did? Or did you just go on with your day like it was another movie quote in passing? I wonder if you know that the most beautiful combination of words is now synonymous with your most tragic moments. What irony. You couldn't plan a finale that grand. If you could, I'm sure you would be thrilled with the results. I still had poems to finish for you. You had other plans, and unfortunately, life had even bigger plans for that day, which was to say fuck you to our thoughts for the day. Unintentionally left me with a gift to keep looking for the beauty in all the unexpected.
So that was Unfinished, which ironically enough was the title before I even put that poem on it. I didn't even have to change it because it worked so well. All right. Another option, if you want your songs shared on here, if you go to the poetry community, I'll show you here what it looks like if it loads. Fucking band lab. Only when I need stuff does it dick me around. There it is. If you go here and post any songs that you want me to check out, I will check them out here and play them on the next show. So you'll have to come back to hear it. And yeah, so poetry community, give it a like, a join, or whatever. Smash the subscribe button. I don't know what the fuck you got to do, and post your links, and we'll check them out. And next, we will find more music. Oh, Band Lab. Oh boy, we're being slow today. All right. This is, where is it? So part of my story is a I don't know, 10-year, at least 10-year battle with opiates and eventually heroin. And if I make it until February, I'll have 5 years removed from that shit. So addiction tends to be a subject of pretty heavy importance in my poems and my lyrics, because it's what made up a big part of my life. And it's like, it's writing too is like having a free therapist, really. So I asked Father Pat McGroin to put down some type of guitar track that I could do something to, and he showed up, and this one is called The Ballad of a Lonely Addict. Enjoy.
You killed me. I want 20. I want 20.
Flowers wilt, thirsty and neglected. Sunsets bring an end to procrastination. No more time now. The only words I say confidently. Caught in constant motivator. As my fear of loss is stronger than my appreciation for life. Withdrawal, a constant motivator. As the fear of loss is stronger than my appreciation for life. It's the end of the road for me.
That was the Ballad of a Lonely Addict. All right. I think everyone seems to be getting things figured out here. No. More. If it's good, then go to the poetry community and post it there, and we'll check it out and we'll play it. I promise. We'll let others be the judge of how good it is. Come on. This band lab, man, killing me. What is going on? It doesn't want to do anything. We might have to go old school and just find some poetry in the book and read it, because technology can get the best of you. But this, well, as long as I don't lose it or light it on fire, will be here. So this is when I was writing the 100 forms of poetry, that's where these are. So it's all different poems for people that suggested the topic for the poem. And there's forms from everywhere from the Welsh to Japan to, oh God, everywhere, France. Some of them are fun, some of them are a pain in the ass. But I was really, really bored at the beginning of COVID, and I was sick of cleaning my apartment like every day. So I just decided to challenge myself to write 100 different poems. Thank God for people showing up to suggest stuff, because my brain only can go so far, only thinks of so many things, and it would have been like a lot of poems that probably sounded a lot alike. Let's see. We'll just turn to a page and read a poem. This is all right. Random poetry. Let's see how we're doing on here. Let's see if anything loads. This is called a rondelle, is the type of form. And it seems like I wrote something about the day-to-day of capitalism, I suppose, and just the robotic nature of it, and the tedious, over and over repetitions. So it does have a rhyme scheme, but it's a little crazy, so I'm not going to try to explain it. This is this is my interpretation of a rondel. Stand up, sit down, keep pace, conform. More left, more right, hold formation. Sit down, laptop on, creation. Zip up, button down, reaffirm. These fucking new ties make me squirm. Done. Time to increase vibration. Stand up, sit down, keep pace, conform. Move left, move right, hold formation. Tired of this shit so uniform. We are a lost constellation. Burn bright for none to see. Damnation. Winds bring a change. Violent storm. Stand up, sit down, keep pace, conform. Yeah. Reminds me of one of those commercials or whatever, like from not too long ago, where like people are just like going through an assembly line. All right, let's see here. All right, we got some things. We got stuff on the screen, so that's good. Let's get that brought up. Should probably do that for y'all. So you can stop looking at my face. At least so closely. All right. Woo. Oh, here's one. This is called Screenwriter's Blues. I did not write this, but it's a good song and good spoken word. So I don't really have a backstory for it. It was fun to make, and it was like the first thing that I did vocally, really. I had just done, instrumental stuff and drums and made beats and stuff like that before, and never really got into doing vocal stuff. And Cal, who I collaborated with on this, Cal McTaver, see him down here, you can go follow him, asked me to do it, and I was shocked at first, but I went through with it, and it ended up being pretty fun. So this is Screenwriter Blues from Soul Coffee. Exits to freeways twisted like knots on the fingers. Jewels cleaving skin between breasts. Your Cadillac breathes 400 horses over blue lines. You are going to Reseda to make love to a model from Ohio whose real name you don't know. You spin like the Cadillac was overturning down a cliff on television, and the radio is on, and the radio man is speaking. And the radio man says women were a curse, so men built Paramount
Studios, and then built Columbia Studios, and then built Los Angeles. It is 5 a.m. and you are listening to Los Angeles. It is 5 a.m. and you are listening to Los Angeles. And the radio man says it's a beautiful night out there. And the radio man says rock and roll lives. And the radio man says it's a beautiful night out there in Los Angeles. You live in Los Angeles and you are going to Reseda. We are all in some way or another going to Reseda someday to die. And the radio man laughs because the radio man fucks a model too. It is 5 a.m. and you are listening to Los Angeles. It is 5 a.m. and you are listening to Los Angeles. Gone savage for teenagers with automatic weapons and boundless love. Gone savage for teenagers who are aesthetically pleasing. In other words, fly. Los Angeles beckons the teenagers to come to her on buses. Los Angeles loves love. It is 5 a.m. and you are listening to Los Angeles. It is 5 a.m. and you are listening to Los Angeles. I'm to Los Angeles to build a screenplay about lovers who murder each other. I'm going to Los Angeles to see my own name on a screen 5 feet long and luminous. As the radio man says, it is 5 a.m. and the sun has charred the other side of the world and come back to us and painted the smoke over our heads an imperial violet. It is 5 a.m. and you are listening to Los Angeles. It is 5 a.m. and you are listening to Los Angeles. You are listening. 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 You are listening.
Screenwriter's Blues. Soul Coughing. For those of you who don't know out there. And obviously get confused by different genres of music. That happens though. It's easy for simple-minded people. They can't type complete sentences. Let's see what else we got going on. All right. Let's find some older stuff here. We got. Wait. Here we go. This is one. I wrote this a while ago, and never put any music to it until July 10th, I guess. And it is more of the government and their control over the 1%. The 1%'s control over the rest of us down here in the trenches. Is called Control. So check it out.
How many thoughts have I lost to these LED screens and drama scenes? Having my imagination replaced by actors and producers with a false sense of future. Manipulate my mind into believing this is freedom. Wondering why the slaves never ran from their masters, held down by shackles in the pastures. Yet, here I am, controlled by the 1%, and can't break free from the government. Replacing chains and slave masters with our evening newscasters. Left to wander our very own free-range prison as they slaughter any future you envision. Fight amongst yourselves, they say. Your skin colors are different, so how can you get along anyway? Divided we stand, 'cause when you're at the bottom, you need not worry about the fall. Divided we stand, because when you're at the bottom, you need not worry about the fall.
All right. That was Control. Poem I wrote a few years ago now. Decided to put it to some music. So people would listen to it. At least a few. Spoken word on itself is tough to get an audience for. Music seems to make a pretty big difference. And in the same respect, I feel like lyrics tend to make a pretty big difference on instrumentals. So it's just all over the place. At least what I see. I could be completely wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Let's see here. There is some stuff here. Oh yeah, there's some stuff I did with Music Muse. She is in Germany, I believe. Super talented, funny, good lyricist. I did a couple songs with her, and we'll check out this one. This is called, let me pull it up for you. Go Love Yourself. I did the music and some of the lyrics, and then Music Muse did the rest. And this is our little project we had for a minute called Villains, because we villains, baby. Go love yourself. Such a sudden ending. Ooh, man. That was Go Love Yourself from Villains. I almost made a playlist, but that would have been like way too easy. And I wouldn't have had to like scramble for anything. It's too boring. This is one that I haven't even really. God damn it, Band Lab. I swear to God. Keeps doing this shit. Oh, I wonder if am I the only person that has that problem, like where it just doesn't load pages? Because I don't want anybody else to have to deal with it, but god damn. There we go. This is I don't know. This is just something I did. I was looking for like royalty-free speeches and ended up with the inaugurational speech from Truman. No, not Truman. Damn it. The one president that came after the Great Depression and saved the fucking country, really. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. It's that speech. So I just had a beat that I put behind it, and this is it.
This is a day of national consecration. And I am certain that on this day, my fellow Americans expect that on my induction into the presidency, I will address them with a candor and a decision which the present situation of our people impels. This is preeminently the time to speak the truth, the whole truth, frankly and boldly. Nor need we shrink from honestly stating conditions in our country today. This great nation will endure as it has endured, will revive and will prosper. So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed effort to convert retreat into advance. That the only thing we have to fear is that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Fear itself. Fellow Americans, will revive and will prosper. Terror. Fellow Americans, which paralyzes terror. So first of all, terror.
That was The Future Is Now. I don't know. That's the title for some reason. Who fucking knows? That's it, though. I'm wondering, is there like several shows on Band Lab that take links? Because everybody seems to come asking if we do, which we do in a roundabout way, just not immediately for the show that's happening right now. I'm just wondering if there are ones that play your links like right off rip, because I want to go check them out and see what happens. It's got to be a train wreck. I would imagine. No, no curating, just throwing whatever out there. I love it though. I love the madness. Every day's got to be, every show's got to be pretty freaking interesting. Are you gonna do this again? You're only gonna let me go so far. All right, Band Lab. Really having some fun fucking with me tonight. All right, what's next? What do we got next? Bunch of covers. Yeah. I did 30 covers in 30 days. That was a fun little challenge. It did take me like 34 days, I think, because I got sick in the middle of it, but I still made it. And I finished. Shockingly. Some of them are horrible, but I gave them a shot anyways. Can't always do the best. This is a track that I forked from Patricia Patty or Saber, whatever you know her by, or if you know her. If not, you can go check out her music because it's pretty fucking awesome. And I just threw some lyrics on here based on the title. So here it is.
Carry this cross, never seen this lost. Sun is setting now and you're alone somehow. Alone somehow. Alone. Like the first winter frost covering the moss. Waiting for the sun's rays. My bones ain't been warm for days. For days.
Lost Highway. Not bad. Oh, let's see now. So much stuff to choose from. I found BandLab. Let's try this one more time. I found BandLab, I think at the beginning of the pandemic, sort of, a few months into it, maybe, when we were still in that shelter in place or whatever the fuck was going on with that. And I had gotten a keyboard, just some cheap keyboard. Decided I was going to try to teach myself how to play it. And I had no idea that BandLab would be what it was. Actually, I think I started off with by using Cakewalk. And I had no idea what the fuck I was doing on there. So I came over to BandLab and yeah, it was like a godsend, really, to find, a community of other musicians and supportive people that just were genuine and for the most part, and wanted to see you do well. It's kind of a it still has its drama and whatnot, but like compared to most other social media sites, I would say this is definitely one of the better ones when it comes to being drama free and building a community of people that support each other, which is always nice. You get beat down enough in the world, gotta help lift each other up and support each other. All right, this I wrote during the pandemic as well. I was talking to another artist friend of mine, and we were both having trouble being creative. And it was really frustrating because you figure with all that time that you had not being able to do anything else that you would be inspired, but it didn't work that way for me at the beginning. I think I was just too wrapped up in the uncertainty of what was going on and the day-to-day of COVID in the beginning. So I told her that I would write her a song if she drew me a picture. The picture's still on my fridge, so I don't know if she still has this song anywhere or listens to it, but this is called Abby's song.
It's about time she started keeping time of the time. Her hands have become so small and weak. Just yesterday, she held the universe spilling over her cupped hands. Now only a few seconds fit before her damn hands lose their significance once again. How can she keep waking up with a stranger when she wakes alone? I suppose no stranger than the unwelcome stranger in her home, 3 a.m. And she thinks not a soul around except for her demon in the corner keeping her so tightly bound. This intruder, however, would not be fazed by the Rottweiler. The monster lives inside her and can grow to monstrous proportions. There's nothing scarier than these thoughts inside her. She's searching for a spiritual abortion. you remember when? Being so young and free, do you remember when life was satisfying? Do you remember the shade of that apple tree, and do you remember who you were gonna be? Whatever happened to those days that she lost? Whatever happened to those dreams that she tossed? Whatever happened to that childhood trust? Whatever happened to her wanderlust? Days just aren't the same, not living with this brain that apparently grew up with the ability to screw up all her days. She's been awake for 4 fucking days. Her life in her hands, it's a disaster. The bottle of pills, her new master. She's running into the ground, going faster. Done with the story. Need a new broadcaster.
So that was Abby's song. My idea, I guess, of what thoughts or what bipolar could be like, or some other mental diseases as well that people deal with. I've been fortunate enough not to have to personally deal with them, but I've seen several friends have their battles, and it can be hard to deal with at times. I can only imagine as the person experiencing it. So you never know what somebody's going through, so let's try to be nice to everybody. That's my public service announcement for the week. Let's see, we got some more stuff down here somewhere. I got a poem that I wrote about. Oh, here we go. This is my attempt at a love poem. It's called Mercurial, which is the definition is basically like just kind of having emotions that are all over the place, and it can kind of jump out at any minute. That's definitely not the dictionary definition, but that's the best I can do right now. This was written for a now ex of mine, and yeah, this is, like I said, my rendition of a love poem.
I love that you always stop to dance in the warm summer rain, even on the days when you have your favorite shoes on and no change of clothes nearby, splashing in shallow puddles excitedly as if these murky pools contained all your fears and worries, temporarily vacating them until they trickle down, always meeting you at your lowest point. The way that you chase down fireflies in the open cornfield like you were plucking stars from the heavens for your personal collection. But never keeping them, as you understand the importance of being free, will always put a smile on my face. Understand that your happiness will never be an inconvenience to me. Even when your mercurial behavior makes us late for the 100th time, I will still delight in the fact that you change outfits almost as much as you change your mind, as it only extends the time I get to have you to myself. I will always love you just the same as the day I did when I first saw you and realized that you were the destination of my destiny. As for those days when the fire inside you shatters your thermometer, spilling its quicksilver on the tip of your tongue, I watch as that delicate piece of flesh that has given me so much pleasure transforms into a cat o' nine tails with poison strands of rope that sting my flesh. Two pieces of advice I got from one of the greatest movies ever. One, never go against the ceiling when death is on the line, which isn't really relevant here, it's just great everyday wisdom. And number two, that you can build an immunity to poison by taking small amounts every day, which I have been doing over our years together to prepare for this exact situation. Now I can hold you tight and help ease your tempestuous mind. See that my love does not drag its feet when called into action. Instead, it springs to its feet like a spry young recruit eager to serve his country, but with a sense of caution that should be exercised in any volatile situation. It was my unwavering rhythm that had attracted you towards me in the beginning. I became that steady metronome to your freestyle jazz. You taught me that life has so many time signatures, and I helped your song make sense to the rest of the world. I'm told that there were more combinations of notes to play than stars in the sky, and I look forward to testing as many of these as we can during our time together. So here's to a lifetime of making music. Sometimes repugnant, sometimes deafening, but always played in a Juno-esque harmony.
Mercurial. I put the definition right here too because I always forget it. Subject to sudden or unpredictable changes of mood or mind. Much better than the way I described it. But that's why I don't write dictionaries, so I guess it works out. All right. One thing that I like about the phone app for BandLab as opposed to the website is when you go back to the list of songs, like it takes you back to where you were instead of the beginning every fucking time. That's nice. Other than that, I have to go with the website for pretty much everything. Oh, though the app does tell you the key of things still. I don't think the website does anymore. So there's that. If it's important to you, of course, you can just throw it into some program online and it'll tell you to. All right. This poem was inspired by worms. I was walking home from work one night and it was raining and the sidewalk was just like covered in worms. And I started wondering why they always came out when it rained. So when I got home, I Googled it, and there's some pretty interesting theories behind it. Obviously, they don't know for sure because, you can't just ask the worm and it will tell you. But yeah, so they have some theories. And it turned out that like they kind of worked as metaphors in my life. So I used them to create what you're about to hear, called I Got Worms. This one was it got a little tough sometimes when I read it at open mics or whatnot. So I hope you appreciate the I suppose the gravity that it holds. It's a goofy title and a weird reason to write a poem or inspiration for a poem, but it ended up being something pretty serious and pretty important to me. So this is I Got Worms. These are 3 reasons that worms come to the surface during the rain and the metaphors that they play in my life. 1. Some believe that worms come to the surface during the rain because they can't breathe. It turns out the worms do not have lungs and can breathe through their skin and survive immersed in water for over a week. Although the rain still oversaturates the soil, making it harder to breathe, and we assume the worms may panic and head for the surface. In my life, addiction had become the soil I squirmed through in heroin, the rain, as each puncture of a vein would produce a downpour of poison, restricting my breathing. I was still living, but the threat of death was just one storm away. Even for those brief moments when I did break the surface to ease my shallow attempts at a breath, it always ended up being quite short-lived, since, like the worm, drying out exposed on the surface would surely mean death. So back to my damp dirt palace I go. Others say worms come to the surface during rain for migration purposes. Traveling on the surface is much faster than burrowing through the dirt, and with the moisture from the rain, the worms won't dry out, and even though they become exposed to predators, they still make their move. If we don't take the risk of exposing ourselves to uncomfortable and sometimes even scary situations, we will become stagnant and complacent, never wanting more. Being up in front of the microphone scares the shit out of me. If my outsides matched what was happening underneath my skin, all of you would surely be running for the door like the roof was on fire. What's scarier than being up here is the thought of being a bartender at 60 and my legacy being the tasty old-fashioned that I pour. We were not sent to this world to serve drinks and punch a fucking clock. Society's model for life is not how to be a human being. We are here to create, to love, to experience, to understand the infinite possibilities of the universe in a finite body. One other theory is that the vibration from the rain feels like a predator approaching the worms heading to the worms head to the surface, which fishermen have already figured out will create waves in the soil to bring the squirmy suckers to the surface and trap them. Being fooled by false threats can sometimes set yourself up, leaving you exposed to those exact threats. If your only defense is to run and you cannot attack, you will become an easy prey. When I was in middle school, I weighed 110 pounds on a good day, and my friends were few and far between. I became the worm forced to the surface, made in hallways filled with predators. The few minutes between classes became a dance crusade, carefully choreographed to survive the gauntlet of pimple-faced, sexually frustrated football players as they argue over who gets to wear the number 69 this year. Then there were the days when an escape would not present itself, like sitting in the back of English class next to fucking Dylan, who I'm pretty sure could legally buy beer and was still in 8th grade. Dylan liked to play Bloody Knuckles, and this dickhead didn't give a shit about what I wanted to play. As
as I held my hand, shaking out for the fourth or fifth, but probably fourth time. I just wanted to cry. Still, instead, I hesitantly offered my already swollen, blood-spotted knuckles to my current puppet master like a naive virgin sacrificed to appease the gods and bringing balance back to the world. My sacrifice would bring no satisfaction to the god of skinny white boys. Instead, it merely amused a couple hecklers that had caught wind of the lesson I was learning. The experience that being skinny and quiet reminded Dylan of punching bags and that one boyfriend his mom had, the one that always stared just a little too long and eventually got exceptionally good at being sneaky and keeping Dylan quiet. As his bedroom transformed from a safe place of comfort to an electric chair with innocence strapped firmly in and his last rites understood. Demons don't give a fuck how good you are at childish games. My experiences with Dylan taught me that I couldn't just run from my problems. I also knew, as a realist, that I could not win in a physical confrontation. I went home every day and replayed the events from this class in my head during showers as I fell asleep and any opportune time until I came up with the perfect response to every situation. I was collecting ammunition for my assault, and now I was finally ready to go back and fight my kind of fight. No fists would fly. We would not battle from a caveman's mentality. I would not end up like the worms left out to dry and die on the sidewalks after fleeing an imaginary threat, and I knew I must evolve if I wanted to survive. So I molded my words into bullets and shot them out of my mouth like an AR-15, dialed in my scope eyes and pulled my trigger tongue as many times as I could until my vocabulary clip emptied. The shells of hollow-tipped syllables lie smoking on the ground. My eyes opened as I see the look I've never seen in Dylan's face contorted like this. No longer in the grip of Dylan's control, I watched as he squirms away looking for a wet hole to hide from his fear of a battle he will never win.
So, that was I Got Worms. And true story. Names have been changed to protect the identity of the dickheads. But yeah. Bloody Knuckles. What a fucking game. Whoever came up with that is a dickhead. For real. Why is that? Does that sound fun? Punch each other in the hands and anywho, that was my my English class experience in 8th grade. It kind of sucked, but it made me resilient. Resilient. Can't wait for the day that I don't have to hear that again. I'd rather not be like and just not deal with the shit that you have to do to be resilient, but oh well. What's is next? What is next is, where did it go? This one's fun. I combined 2 poems for this. And the end is literally like zeros and ones. But I looked up the binary code for one of the verses and saying that in zeros and ones. So it does have it does tie in. It's not just nonsense. Well, it is kind of still nonsense, but I made it have a meaning too. So if a computer was listening, they would know what I was saying too. Probably not, but yeah, this is Zeros and Ones, a loosely translated love song. All right. Excuse me. That was Zeros and Ones, a loosely translated love song. All right, we got one more. One more we're going to do, and then it's going to be time to say goodnight. Next week, Cal will be back, I'm sure. So we'll be back to our normal shit talking, banter, whatever goes on, whatever else goes on. And if you want to hear your song on this show next week, go to communities right here and then type in poetry, and this will come up right here. And then share your links there. For every person to join, I will write a poem too. Like not for you, not like to you or whatever, just, something random, because I don't know you, but unless you want me to, then you can message me and I'll do that too. But yeah, join the poetry community here, share your links, and I will play them next week if you want to go that route. If not, you can DM them to Angified, and she'll play them tomorrow, most likely. I don't know the whole process, so I can't say for sure, but you'd have a good chance. Better than sharing it in the chat, that's for sure, because that's not going to get you anywhere. And I still haven't gotten an answer if there's a show that shares links that people put in the chat, because it seems to happen all the time. What should we do? We're going back maybe a little too far. All right. So this will be our last song, and we're going to take you out with this instead of playing the intro for the outro. This will be our goodbye. So this is, let's see, what should we do? Let's do this. This is A Tall Drink of Water. This is like the first spoken word that I did on BandLab with music behind it. Yeah, hopefully you like it. A lot of it is improv, like just freestyle, but it's it's not like it's like impressively freestyle. It's just I did it, like made it up on the spot. Still a little slow. I gotta take my time to think about shit, but this is Tall Drink of Water. We'll see you next Tuesday. Like I said, Cal will be back. Until then, make sure you check out all the other shows on Angified Network. Every day is another good one, and you got to come check them all out, because you never know what you're gonna miss if you don't. Every night something good's happening, so come back next Tuesday and tell me all about all the good shows that you saw during the rest of the week, and I'll look forward to it. And I'll see you guys next week, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Upside of Hurts. Good night. He was a tall drink of water, and she was parched like a pirate, stranded on a desert island with no rum in sight. She stalked her prey, watched carefully, studied every move, knew every line in his face. He would be hers. She knew this much. She waits for the time to strike, watching the gazelle in the field like a lioness. Her thirst would be quenched one way or another. What she didn't know was he knew. Oh, he knew. And he played it just the way you're supposed to play it. Waiting innocently, oblivious, seeming, until she pounced. But he was ready. Oh, he was ready. At least he thought he was. Turns out, she's much more cunning than he expected. And even knowing the attack was coming, he didn't stand a fucking chance. They never do. Now, she'll leave him confused and alone, wondering what the fuck just happened. But he's just lost.